Hi guys, in this video we're gonna take a look at the game called Smash Tanks. This is one of my among my favorite augmented reality games. I played it first on iOS, and then the game was released for Android, and of course I downloaded it straight away in order to play it. And I played it before. Now I again downloaded it again in order to show you my experience. Now what you see here is the weekly mode, which you need to smash targets. But in the game itself, the goal will be to smash yourself against structures or tanks, against the enemy tanks. So the weekly mode is something, that adds something new to do, like every week. So you log in every week and you find out, something else to do other than just playing the same game. Although the game itself is really, really amusing and fun. I never get enough of it. Now the game, it's kind of a board game. You see, it just position itself nicely, and you have this elevated long buildings rising up from the ground, and trees, and that's why it looks really nice, because it's not flat. It actually used the 3D space quite nicely in order to make the experience in AR more exciting and interesting to look at. Here they are. Hello there. Incredible, right? Let's go. Now here you can see all the available modes. You see there's one where you play with your own device against bots. The second one is playing against another player with the same device. You just give the device to another player, to a friend. And the other option is to play two people in the same area, each one with its own device. Now the developer Dumpling intend to release more updates in 2019, which is now, this year. Here you can see this is the setting, customized settings. You can change the match settings, how many tanks, what maps, the difficulty of the bots, the occurrence of the items, and which items are enabled in the match. And you can also increase the damage and allow a friendly fire. And destruction, you can enable and disable the building's destruction. So just let's dive into a match. Gonna put everything. Let's go. Let's start. So, so many tanks. Now the sounds during the game was incredible, and same goes to the visual effects. The commentary, so beautiful. This game is so beautiful. And it's funny. Tanks bumping themselves against other tanks. Let's go. No, straight ahead. That's it. No damage, no damage. I personally really like everything about this game. The music is so fun, and the sound effects, the commentating, of these girls shouting, incredible, amazing. This is one of my favorite, by the way. The tanks, the design of the tanks, they look so cute. When you pull them up, you just, they raise their front and rush into the to attack the other tanks. Now, if I can describe this game in just one word, I would probably say the word amusing. This game amuses me so much. And again, it's a combination of everything. The animation, the sound effect, the design, everything just about this game, entertain you. All right, two left. This dude. Whoops. Items. What is this one? I want this one. Oh no! Oh no! Now, as you can see, each one has its own turn. You just, turn by turn. It's a turn-based game, kind of. You don't play. Not all of the characters play at the same time. If you get these items dropping out from the sky, if you bump against them, you achieve them, and then it costs you. If you want to activate them, you need to spend a turn. So you just tap on your tank to activate the item. It can be, for example, I have there. You can see rockets. I just shoot rockets at the enemy. And then you spend the turn. You can just use the item and attack the enemy at the same turn. This was a bad move. What are you doing, AI? What are you doing? No, we're not gonna eliminate him, no. I'm gonna shoot rockets. He's trying to suicide. Oh, alright, alright, see? Now look what we can do. We can just press here. Rockets! Hello, buddies. Now the items are intelligently designed. You know, I really like the rockets because you can actually see how they move in the real world space, in the 3D space, and it's really exciting. You know, some of them are probably less exciting. For example, like the one that you explode an area around you, the one with the mines. We just put mines on the floor. But the ones that are really exciting are the ones that actually the missiles and the atomic bomb just move in the real world. You just see a rocket flies from above and crashes on the floor, or like the rockets flying into the sky and then landing on the enemy. And it's really exciting to see it in augmented reality. Oh no, I made a mistake. Now the cool thing about this game, like many AR games, that you can actually play them anywhere. You can play it on a small table, you know, a small size, or you can just take it out and play it even in a large field. Of course, there is a limit how large you can make the game appear, but I actually want to show you this. I have a few videos that I previously recorded when I played this game on the iPad, and just let's bring it up, and I want to show you how this game looks in different environments. Alright, so dude, let's look at some outdoor gameplay. Here you can see that I played the game in a very large size. It was huge. You know, the buildings were taller than I am. It was really fun playing like this. It was different. And of course, you can see it in a low angle because you are small. So you actually see the game not from above, but from, like, you know, a tank perspective. So this is why I like this game so much. It looks great when you play it on a table, and it looks even better, not better, you know, just different when you play it outdoors. And you see there are ducks swimming there. Now it's also a smart game design choice. As you can see, there's no surface, right, for the game. Like the developer made it, you know, empty. So that's why it doesn't matter where you put the game, it blends beautifully with the environment. For example, here you can see the water. The rocks are like lying on the water. There's no like surface ground that covers the water, and then that means that if you play on the grass, on water, on a sand, it doesn't matter where you play it. It just blends beautifully with the real world environment. Here I was playing again near the lake. It was a very calm, beautiful place where the ducks are swimming. It was very relaxing. I can just, you know, be there and playing my favorite AR game. Look at the birds just flying in the background. Again, it's just a beautiful thing just to play a game like this in augmented reality. I just sat down there. Sometimes I stood because I needed to move around to see. Sometimes my tank was, you see, my tank was hiding, so I needed to move around, see where it is. Again, but it was a fun experience playing this game, I mean, outdoors. Here also, I put the game on the water, and just, you know, the duck were part of the game. They actually, you know, of course, I was trying to hit the duck, you know, of course nothing happened. Again, it's just a beautiful game, you know. You see here on the water, just, you know, of course it's a very photogenic place to place an augmented reality game, but it wouldn't look that great if the game, you know, didn't have a design that actually can mix well with the environment. And in this game mixed well with the environment really good. So this is not outdoors, but it shows you can play this game everywhere, even on a small chair. You know, you just put the game there and just play it. You need to be close, of course, to just see the characters. But again, you can put it everywhere, even on your bed or whatever you want to play it. Okay, so we are back to the Android version. Let's take a look at some gameplay. Let's go over there. Wow, this is nice. Nice acrobatic move. I didn't know that it's possible. Oh, what you got? Do you hit me? No. Okay. Okay, I'm going for this dude over there. Excellent. Nice. Probably they're all gonna attack me now. Ah, you missed. See you. No. Whoa. Now this board game is relatively very small, but it packs not too many things, right? But you feel just the action, right? Even though you just have these destructible buildings and a few tanks and items, it feels like so many things are happening around you. And even for a turn-based game, you feel the action, right? You feel the action. I mean, not all the things happen at the same time, but you feel the action. But having said that, I think it can be really cool if there was an option to play this game in real time. Just think about it, not just turn by turn, but in real time. So you see people just swiping, doing so many moves. Even evading other attacks can be really cool. So you can see the enemy trying to hit you, and then you in real time you just evade him. You just swipe and then move to another place or just attack him. I mean, I think this game in real time, having a real time option for this game, can be really entertaining. Nice. Oh. Nice. He fell down. Poor Tanky. So it's really fun destroying things, right? Destroying the destruction in this game is so much fun. And easy to use strategically, so you can position yourself, use it as a defense, for hiding from tanks, or even break it. So other tanks, for example, if they have a certain item that can hit you, you can just crash into the building, make it fall, so it creates a barrier between you and the enemies. You can also use it in order to attack it, so the building collapse on top of the enemy, even enemies, a few enemies. So actually the destruction here, the destructible buildings have a purpose, a strategic purpose. Now this game looked really nice in here, so it encouraged me to just move the device, move around, look at it at different angles, because it just looks beautiful in low angle, or when you view it from the top. It just looked great. As you can see, I'm just enjoying just moving, being like a camera, a 3D camera, moving in the environment and seeing the game playing in different angles. It's really fun. Now if he's gonna bump into me, no! Now I need to get it. Yes, we got it. Shield. In some, before I started, I can customize the items, so I can just make some items available, some not. Just activate the shield. Now this game actually feels like like a pool game in a way, right? You can actually bump yourself against your own tanks in order to activate their item that they obtained. You can also bump into your tank in order to push it against another enemy opponent. So again, in some ways this game feels like a pool game to me, and that's why I enjoy it. Like you need to aim and shoot, but instead of balls here, you have tanks, and you're not just putting things into a pocket. Actually, when you think about it, if you have a pooled version of this game, just think about it. You need to push the tanks into pockets. It can be so funny. I mean, instead of balls, you have like tanks, and of course all these abilities and fun stuff, and you can need to put them into pockets. I think it's gonna be a good idea, just as a mod. I'm not taking replacing the start. Just having a second mode, which is different. Takes another theme, like a pool game, for example. Really hurt. This is it. So you see that red mark there, you can also be yellow with an exclamation mark. This is a weak spot, so if you hit this area, you can actually cause more damage. Look how beautiful and funny this is. This is part of the game. So it's humoristic, it's fun. It's just fun. Look at this, they're dancing, happy. Now another thing that I like about Smash Tanks is when you play it in a slightly larger scale, it actually encourages you to move around the environment. Actually, even when you play it smaller on the table, you still need, sometimes when there's buildings, you need to look over the building, and it's not easy to see where the tanks are located. Sometimes they are hidden behind buildings. So when I play like this, I just move around. You see, I'm moving around and make sure that I'm in the right angle, seeing where the enemies are, where my tanks are, and sometimes I get lower in order to make sure that I nail the angle right. So in this aspect, the game actually felt really good to play in augmented reality, and there's no discomfort. And the fact is that when you play like this, your device isn't faced upward because it's a board game, it's playing on the floor, and there's no hand fatigue. I mean, because you can just hold it down, and you know, your muscles don't put effort in order to hold the device compared to how you do it when you hold the device upwards in air games that, you know, like air games that have some characters that move in the air, for example, etc. As you can see, there are beautiful shadows, and you know, it's really cool to see the frame. The frame around the game, it's actually really useful because when you move, you can actually get a perspective view when you see the buildings, how they look compared to the rocks. And that's why I like the frame, the rock frame around the game. It just contributes to a better visual experience. So it actually helped perceive depth better. This is why this game looks beautiful even when you play it on top and you look at things from above. It still renders beautifully and it's very pleasing. Here we can see the buildings are very, very tall, and this allows you to really understand, you know, the 3D, the three-dimensional design of the game, especially when you compare it to other objects in the real-world environment. Now I had some on Android some rendering issues and sometimes the game crashed. I mean, I told the developer about this. I tried it even without recording to see if it's related to video recording, but no. Again, something that I hope it will be fixed. But overall, it worked well. Sometimes when you have like lots of explosions and you can feel some drop of frame rates. Even on my OnePlus 6, which is a powerful device. Again, but overall it works good. Nice. Wow, this is beautiful effect. What? Oh, thank you. By the way, this is an aspect of the game that I really like, that the game can generate really hilarious moments. This is something that I'm not taking for granted because, I mean, I remember this in many AAA first-person shooter games like Battlefield, but you know, this little game can generate some excitement. You get into the level not knowing, you know, what will happen. So each level feels different in this aspect. Let's go. 3-1. Here you can see me showing you how I play the game on my OnePlus 6 Android phone. The room is well lit. The thing is that I just focus on the screen and just darken the entire frame, and that's why you see it like this. As you can see, I just moved around the environment and playing the game. It looks better when you, of course, when you play it in first person, but this just shows you how the game looks and plays when you hold the device in your hand. Now, in terms of usability and its accessibility, it's really well made, and again, everyone can play this game and have fun and enjoy it. Everywhere you go, as you can see, it's very easy. All you need is just one finger, one hand holding the device, and another one finger just pulling the tanks in order to shoot them forward. So this is Smash Tanks. This is a wonderful augmented reality game. I really enjoyed, one of my favorite augmented reality games. I do recommend downloading it and even playing with friends locally. It can be so much fun. I just hope that you see more updates coming to this game, even who knows, maybe an online multiplayer. But the developer already mentioned that it plans to add more features in 2019. So this game is going to be even more amazing. If you like this video, guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat to find more cool content. Some things that I don't publish here on YouTube, even on my blog, you can find them, especially Instagram. Make sure you check out Instagram. I post really cool stuff there. This is it. I'll see you on the next video, guys. Peace. Bye bye.